Here's my question for you. Have you ever started a new habit only to quit it a few days later?
I guess we've all been there, and if you're anything like me, the answer is probably yep, quite a few times actually.
Creating a new habit can be tough. I don't have to remind you of that. We all know how challenging it can be to create a happy, healthy and fulfilled life. If it were easy, everybody would do it. But we also know that our chances for success are exponentially higher if we start small and don't take on too much right from the get-go. But reality is that only very few people actually follow that solid advice.
When you look around, and to be honest, we used to belong to that group too, most people like to start big instead of small, which gives us only more reasons to give up because we get easily overwhelmed.
But why is it that so many of us wanted to start big rather than small?
I think the answer is actually pretty simple. We all get excited about doing something new or making a change. And when we dream about making a change and actually believe in it, the excitement usually takes over and logic goes out the window. That's why so many people end up doing too much too soon.
Let's be clear, I don't think excitement is a bad thing. In fact, excitement is a great thing. It gives you energy and you need energy to make a change and to create a new habit. So ultimately, it's great to be fired up about something you want to achieve in your life.
But it's not just important to get fired up in the beginning. It's also hugely important to keep that fire going and stay motivated and energized, especially when you hit a roadblock or challenges. Because when things get tough, it's easy to lose that fire. So when you set out to form a new habit, whether that's starting a new workout routine, incorporating a daily meditation practice, reading more, eating healthy, or learning a new skill, it's important to remember to start small and that it should not feel like a challenge. In fact, the activity that gets you into the new habit should be just plain easy. Because if it's not easy, we quickly start to procrastinate, and even the most disciplined people fall off the wagon sometimes. So when you start something new, keep in mind that it's not about the results you want to achieve, at least not in the beginning. It's about taking the first steps and making the setup as easy as possible. When I started to write every day for our online course, I couldn't care less about how many words I wrote. Or when we started to get back to a daily exercise routine after the pandemic put a stop to our regular routine, I didn't really care what type of exercise we did. I just wanted to make sure that we got back into the swing of things and moved our bodies. The same goes for when I started learning Spanish. Just a few exercises every morning was enough to get the ball rolling. It made me feel accomplished without getting overwhelmed. Wrote for 10 minutes? Great, done. Worked out for 30 minutes? Great, done. Studied Spanish for 15 minutes? Great, done.
So here's our strategy to changing your life. Form small habits that make it impossible to procrastinate and remove the barriers that prevent you from starting the habit. This way you can create kind of a gateway habit that naturally leads to more productive habits down the line. Of course, the ultimate action can be challenging, but the first few minutes have to be easy. And if you really look at the habit you want to create, you will find that you can scale down nearly any habit into a short gateway activity that gets you going.
Let's say you want to work out every day. Put your running shoes in front of your bed so when you wake up, you'll fall over them. Or put a sticky note on your phone, because that's the first thing you'll grab in the morning anyways. Want to read more? Start with a couple of pages each day. Want to start a mindfulness practice? Sit in a comfortable position for 5 minutes and focus on your breath. Want to learn a new language? Open up your language app and do 1 lesson a day. With this strategy of doing something easy for a few minutes a day, it becomes nearly impossible not to succeed. When I look back at all the times we failed to create something new, it's always been related to being overwhelmed in the beginning because we took on too much and we started too big. Here's the thing, when you haven't even started yet, the end result seems like light years away, and it's easy to say, screw this, I'll never get there anyways. But when you focus on a small start instead of a big result, you give yourself a much better chance to succeed.
So look what you want to achieve in your life. Then look at the habits that will get you there. Then scale down the habits you need to succeed into a short, easy activity that doesn't overwhelm you. Of course, you don't just want to walk around the block for the rest of your life or read a couple of pages in a book. But this will get you started, and from here it's all about keeping it going. Creating small gateway habits is the perfect strategy to get used to doing something every single day. Just keep in mind, you can't expect to change overnight.
You and I both know that changing a lifestyle takes time, so we need to adjust our perspective accordingly. Our number 1 priority should always be to do something regularly to form a new habit. And keep in mind, habits are not about results. Nobody actually cares whether or not you walk around 1 or 2 or 10 blocks, how many pages you read, or how long you sat in meditation. What you should care about is that you actually did something today and forget about the metrics. Keep in mind, life is not a competition with others. It is a competition with yourself, and to win that competition, you have to make the start easy for yourself.
And if you need a little help keeping your motivation going, download our free motivation guide. The link is in the description box below.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in our next video.